All right, I'm back for the second derivative of the parametric equations. Okay, so a couple things just to recap from the other time. This you must know, and now a new one is for second derivative. I would memorize that for your second derivative of a parametric equation. This is a little confusing, but basically what's happening is they're just breaking up the second derivative into multiplication. We know what dy over dx is, so to take the derivative each with respect to t, really we're just taking the first derivative here with respect to t divided by the derivative of x with respect to t. So right there is your first derivative, and then just the derivative of x with respect to t. Okay, let's get into one. All right, so anytime you're starting, I would always start with my first derivative. So you want to do dx dt. So basically here we're doing the derivative with respect to t of e to the 2x. What rule do we use? Chain rule. So derivative of the exponent is 2, and then keep e to the x the same, or e to the 2t the same. Same thing with dy dt. Derivative of e to the negative 2t with respect to t. Chain rule, negative 2, e to the negative 2t. Now, let's go back up to our first derivative formula and just fill it in. So you have dy over dx is going to be dy over dt. So we have dy over dt divided by dx over dt, and hopefully you guys could simplify. You get negative e to the negative 4t. Remember a couple rules. Exponents, same base, you're subtracting, so you get e to the negative 4t. Okay, so that's important because you want to save that, because we're going to use that in the second derivative. All right, so using that in the second derivative. Now, this is where you want to kind of use these two when you're looking for, or not these two, but you want to use this up here for the second derivative. So really the best way to do it is I would jot down the formula every time you're doing practice problems on Khan Academy or the College Board site. This is what I would always start with, is that formula, because then you could just plug everything in that you already have. For example, dx dt, right, of dy dt is right here. So you're taking the derivative of that with respect to t. So write it this way so that you make sure until you actually know the formulas. And then we also know for dx dt, we have that already done when we did our first derivative. So we bring that down to e to the 2t, and then just do your derivative. So remember, chain rule again, so it's negative of negative 4 e to the negative 4t over 2 e to the 2t. So then just hopefully you simplify correctly. You get 2 e to the negative 6t, and that is your second derivative. Again, don't forget exponent rules, right? And again, I'll just try to go through a couple things here. Notice when I took the derivative, and also when you're doing the second derivative, you need part of the first derivative. Okay, hopefully that helps. Maybe, maybe not, but look at Khan Academy. And any videos that helps. Professor Leonard should help as well. Professor Leo. But I shared you those files, so good luck.